Hello, GM. We are live. This is There's Layers to This, Season 2, Episode 8. I am Creatress. I've got my wonderful co hosts here. We've got Miss Valerie, Mr. Tyler. We are streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And we are also live on Twitter Spaces, or X as it has now rebranded. So pick your poison, watch us on whichever one you like best, and yeah, feel free to join the conversation by commenting or coming up to speak in the space. All right, with that, I'm gonna throw it over to my co-host Val. How are you doing, Val?
GM, I'm feeling so good today. I know I talked to you yesterday, Creatress, and yesterday I was just like, I'm tired. Because I didn't really have a weekend at all. I was very busy, been doing a lot of work, but I got some rest, some sleep last night, and I got my workout in. I just came home from swimming. I did some laps today and went in the sauna. So now I'm feeling rejuvenated and ready for today and ready for the rest of the week. I've also got my Celsius energy drink just for a little extra oomph today. But yes, hello everybody. I'm so glad to be here on today's show. I was looking forward to today. I know we have a lot of things to cover, but I'd love to just introduce myself for those who haven't met me yet or heard a little bit about my story, but I started in the Web3 space back in May of 2021 with Gary Vee and his NFT project called VeeFriends. Before that, I was practicing surgery and doing rehabilitation with athletes. But when I I actually won in a giveaway with Gary Vee. I was gifted my first NFT, and it was the Bull Run, and I had offers of over $120,000. Guess what? I never sold. I'm still holding to today. I still believe in the project, what Gary Vee's got going on, and all the community. But that really inspired me to leave my life in sports medicine and dive into Web3 like full time. So that's what I'm doing now. I've got a meetup group called San Diego NFT Friends. I've got a Web3 event planning and management company called Red Rug Edutainment. We've done events at Miami Art Basel. We've done events at VCon, Gary Vee's conference. We've had our own conference called Web3SD down here. And I did Comic-Con just back in July. So yeah, that's what I do now full time. But I love diving into all of the technology, all of the different projects, and what are some of the innovations that are coming about in these NFT projects. So hopefully we'll get to touch on some today. But yeah, that's a little bit about me, and I'll throw it over to Tyler. How are you, Tyler?
Hello, everybody. It's good. Well, thank you, Valerie. Hi, everyone. My name is Tyler. I work for Lorenzo, and that is part of a thing called Cryptos, created by King Griffin. And yeah, it's a Web3 NFT thing. Actually, who said it? Someone said something pretty fascinating. I loved what they said today. I saw Flamingo Dow, a fantastic innovator in Web3 art collection. And I'm having a really hard time finding it. But you know who said it was Modi, because everyone's got some travel biz. Everyone's off to Miami. It sounds so wonderful. And they said, Flamingo, and I quote, "You can't fade a cryptodes, TBH. The art, the artist, the on-chainness, sense of humor, weird, great collectors. It's a vibe." End quote. You know, it's really like that. I enjoyed it so much, and I thought it really encapsulated what we're all about. So, yeah, happy to be here.
Oh, Yeah, you know what, Tyler? It's nice to hear you. I just have to say, I think they probably meant you by their weird collectors. I just have a feeling like maybe you were included in the bunch that they were referring to. And I think that's really cool for them to give you a shout out.
You didn't follow me on Twitter. I don't think they know who I am, but I appreciate the thought, Beatrice.
Oh, I think
They don't follow you?
what?
Well, guess what? It's okay because Gary Vee doesn't follow me either, even though he gifted me an NFT. He doesn't follow me either. So I guess it's not out of the question. Cryptos isn't following you, but they should.
No.
Wait a minute.
The dogs follow. And weird flex, Gary Vee follows too. But Flamingo Dow, who had that wonderful quote talking about the weird collectives, they don't follow me. That's okay.
Gotcha. You know what? Flamingo Dal doesn't follow me either, but Gary Vee does. And now we just realized that Gary follows 2 out of 3 co-hosts of There's Layers to This. I feel like that is something to celebrate. We're like 75% there. All we need is one more 25% and we will be complete. And Val, you know, like honestly, I kind of wish like if I could choose, I would prefer to get an NFT from him than a follow. So like, you know,
I mean, they say once you get a follow from Gary, that means your line of connection is open to him because you can go and DM it. I mean, that's what I've heard, right? You can go DM him and like ask your pressing questions, whatever that is, and you might get a response. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that's happened to anyone here on stage or in the audience, but yeah, I'm not in the business of like adding him and being like, Gary, can I get a follow back? I know he's done that before where it's like, hey, I'm going to follow some people today, like at me or something, right? But I just kind of want it to happen in a more organic way where like I'm not asking for it, where it's like, oh, maybe him and I are like chatting on spaces, or I see him again in person and he's like, what's your Twitter? I'm like, hey, it's this, you know, where it just happens that way. And yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? Because like he gifted me my first NFT, and then I also host like the Leaders on Chain, which he's come to my event a handful of times, like multiple times. So he knows who I am. I just don't know. It's weird with the Twitter thing, right? Because sometimes, like, you've ever had that moment where you're like, go to Art Basel, or you go to NFTMIC, or you go to some Web3 event, right? And like, you meet someone, and you're like, hey, it's so great to meet you. Oh, you know, you start getting to talk to each other, and you're like, hey, what's your Twitter, right? And it's like the other person is following you already, and you're not following them back. But you like connected so well in IRL, right? And you're like, you feel bad because you're like, dang, like I didn't know you were this cool person, right? Sometimes it's hard to know the type of person someone really is just based off of like their PFP and just a couple tweets, right? So like, yeah, the Web3 space kind of works interesting that way because I think it can also work the other way around where you connect immediately through Twitter, and then you meet IRL, and you didn't even know you were talking to the person you've been talking to for a while online. It's interesting.
The best thing I ever saw was 2 people meet IRL, and one of them had the other one muted.
Oh, that's cringe. Oh, I love it.
They were vibing so hard. They were like instant friends, and then it became a big joke. It was hilarious.
That is funny. I actually had heard, I think, last year's Art Basel was, I think, 2 people within the ape community or something. One of them had the other blocked, and they only found out at the event, right? Because they, like you said, like they hit it off and they were vibing. And then they're like, yeah, let's follow each other. And then one of them had the other blocked. And they're like, I don't even remember why I blocked you. Like, they talked about it on Spaces. And it was nice that they could joke about it after. But they're like, yeah, I don't even remember. You must have said something on a space or maybe tweeted something I didn't, like or something, and they blocked them. But, yeah, they were since unblocked and good friends now, I guess.
Oh, my dear. Well, hey, sounds like you want the fairy tale, Val, and I'm all for it. I hope that happens soon. Although honestly, you got a prize. He knows who you are. He's been to your events. I think the Twitter thing is just like a given at some point. And even if he doesn't follow you, like who cares? You've gotten more time like more time and like FaceTime and interaction with him than almost anyone that like, you know, is maybe even followed by him. So, I feel like you're pretty much followed already in his mind. He probably thinks he follows you. But anyway, okay, today is not about Gary, although we love Gary. And actually, I did get my merch that I ordered from V Friends today, but we're not going to talk about that yet. All right, we got other things we had talked about talking about. So let me see. Let me just give you a quick rundown. Also, shout out to the homies who are here, Joe and Charles and Madame Muse. Thank you for being here. And the Ill J, what's up? Give the space a retweet if you can. And here, we're going to get into it. So there's layers to this. Is about food. It's about tacos. It's about toads. It's about current events. Things in Web3 and sometimes things out of Web3 because, we live in the real world and Web3 is not all there is. So today's headlines are, we're going to talk about the Beyonce movie that just came out. We're going to talk about what's going on with Sam Sound. If you guys haven't heard of Sam Sound, well, you'll hear about it today. And then we're also going to talk about the Fortnite Oni Force tournament that's coming up for those of you who are into gaming. So we are covering pop culture. We are covering film. We are covering music via the Sound. And then we're also covering gaming and anime. I mean, because Oni Force is anime. Anyway, all right. So without further ado, let me tell you, the first thing we're going to talk about is this Beyonce film that just came out. Now, you may or may not love Beyonce. If you don't love her, you may be wrong, but that's okay. She just became, she literally made history, right? So first of all, she went on this incredible tour called the Renaissance Tour, which actually helped stimulate almost every single like city's economy that the tour was in, right? Like so much. So like this was great. This actually happened also with the Taylor Swift Eras Tour, where there were literally government officials requesting, almost demanding that she go and have a concert in their city because they knew just how much the economy would be helped or boosted because of her tour. Like we're talking about women in entertainment, like billionaires essentially from their art. Like this is just wild and awesome. So she basically made history in the box office. So she directed and produced a film about her concert, the Renaissance concert, right? So they filmed her tour and all these different, the concerts that she had, put it into one beautiful movie, and it did $21 million at the domestic box office in its opening weekend, which I think they said is the biggest opening for a film after Thanksgiving, because I guess Thanksgiving or leading up to Thanksgiving is like the big time where a lot of people go to the movies, but this has happened after. So anyway, just got to give Beyonce her props. She is one of the performers that I really look up to and is on my dream board of like doing a performance with her on some level, somewhere, somehow. So yeah, just got to give credit where credit's due. And it was reported that Taylor Swift also went and supported her movie premiere, which I think is so cool because it's like women supporting women, artists supporting artists. This is just what we love to see. So with that, go watch the movie if you're into it. I heard it was really good. I haven't seen it. I have to gather some girlfriends and make it a trip. But yeah, I'm just super stoked. And if you guys don't have any comments on that, we could roll into the next thing.
I'd love to comment. Thank you for that headline. I mean, I love Beyonce. I don't follow everything she does, and I, can dream of going to the concerts, but those tickets, I'm sure, are crazy. So, I never really try to fool myself and let me just go look at Ticketmaster and see how much those tickets are, right? I just try to put it out of my mind, out of sight, out of mind, right? Kind of thing. But it's so cool to hear the positivity, and especially, like you said, stimulating the economy. Like, okay, girl, pop off. That's amazing. And that just, this incredible woman, and of course, alongside Taylor Swift, to do something like that. That is definitely a headline to share. So thank you so much for reporting on that. And I find that just so interesting. I just find it really interesting of what's happening within, the music industry and, creative artist industry as well, and women. So, I think those are great two role models, honestly, to have young girls look up to, and even, women such as us. And I love that idea that your goal is to also perform alongside Beyonce or for her, right? So, and now that I know that, I'm going to be putting those positive vibes out there for you too. So you will be in my thoughts that this will manifest. I love helping you try to go to the next level as a creative artist that you are, Creatrix. I love supporting you. So now that I know this, now it will be in my mind, and we're going to make it happen one way or another. I mean, you already did Paris Hilton. Obviously, the next step is Beyonce. Come on. So it's possible.
The award for most supportive co-host of all time goes to Valerie. Just gotta say, appreciate you, my friend. And I just can't say that enough. Thank you. Tyler, what do you think about this? I have one quick little tidbit that I found on Google. It says, by the end of the tour, the Renaissance tour, Beyonce would have contributed about $4.5 billion to the American economy. And Tyler, we'll go to you for a comment if you have any.
I love anyone contributing to the 3 Comma Club. So that's incredible. I love your vision and dream you got, like Valerie is saying. Beautiful, it's bella. And I'm just excited. For me, those you don't know, I was supposed to maybe play football, the football in college, American football. I said, I'm not that stuff. I had offers of scholarships at and I quit. I quit to go to film school at a community college in Los Angeles, California, right on Vermont Street. Beautiful school, downtown LA. Anyways, it's a beautiful decision, and I say that because I love cinema. And I've been kind of bummed out with the movie scene the past 5+ years. I mean, we lost 2 years with COVID, and then I'm just not a comic book fan of film. Nothing against it, it's just not for me. So I like seeing this radical shift in entertainment where you have powerhouses like Beyonce and Taylor Swift changing the model of what's being done in movie theaters.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Beautiful. It's innovation. Disrupt it all. Just don't burn down the theater. But let's change up what's on screen. It's great.
Yes, dude, you're so right. That is so true. I forgot to mention that because there were reports about that too. The fact that that Beyonce and Taylor Swift both, they produced and filmed their own movies. They didn't have to partner with a distribution like a big production Hollywood house like Disney or Fox or like any of these big companies that are the ones that promote and market movies. Like they didn't even need to do that, right? So I think they're showing a model for future artists or musicians to follow in their steps and not just get like a small percentage of their film and have to give like half of their profits to just the company that markets for them, right? Like I think Hollywood doesn't really like this, but speaking from an independent artist point of view, especially one that like supports other independent artists, like I think it's just a massively cool example. So like, go get them, go get them.
Good point, and go get them. And Tyler, I'm so glad you're back on the show today because I missed your stories, and I feel like there's some stories within your time of playing football and trying to get scholarships. People approaching you, right, to play for them. I don't know if it's on today's show or on a different time, but I feel like there's stories, and if I would love for you to share if you're willing.
Yeah, anytime. I was blessed to be surrounded by incredible athletes. I think that's what got the eyeballs on me because they were looking at them, and then I was able to get the shine. But yeah, anytime, anything.
Well, first, what was your position?
Outside linebacker. Get that?
The big boys.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool. Do you miss those days at all?
No. That's why I quit. I didn't play football. So funny thing, I played football the 4th grade up until 8th grade. I was always the lineman. Lineman, nothing against you, lineman. It's just not the most. We'll say it's not the sexiest position out there. And heading into high school, I had a lot of benefits. I was like, I want to be the lineman in high school, so I quit. I quit football. I was like, I'm done. And then I was just skateboarding and doing a little bit of this and that, little juvenile troubles, if you will. And I'll never forget, my parents one evening, they sat me down, total left turn, said, hey, what the hell are you doing? Said, what? Said, what are you doing? Like, you don't do anything like that at the school. You're a chick. Your friends are chick. What the hell are you doing? So here's the choice, Bob. You go get a job or you go back to play football. And it's fun. There's no way this guy's working a job anytime. So yeah, I'll go play some footballs around. And yeah, so walk around. I came back on the field and they received me in open arms. I know how to play the game. And it's not in my nature to destroy humans, but I did it well on the gridiron.
Oh my God. I would be very scared to see you running towards me, Tyler. And for anyone who doesn't know Tyler in person, he is like over 6 foot tall, and I am under 5 foot tall. So if you can just imagine that.
It's like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger and twins.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
I have the image of both of you side by side when we went to LA and you guys were in front of the Walt Disney Music Hall, and like you're so tiny standing next to Tyler. Like, I don't know if we have any pictures online right now so we can give people a visual, but it's actually pretty funny to see you guys side by side.
Oh man. Good times. How tall are you?
6'3". And
okay.
She is taller than 5 feet. I know this, but
well, with heels, yes. But without, I'm about a 1/4 inch shy. Just
oh really?
Now you all know my secret.
Oh, now I think about
Oh my goodness. Y'all are too funny. You didn't think it was
hilarious. In case anyone wanted to know my height, I guess it's right on my height. I'm 5'7.5". On a good day, I will be 5'8".
You see?
You look shocked.
What was this?
I was a volleyball athlete in high school and college. So it works out for me, like as an athlete, but hanging out alongside Creatress and her sister all my life, pretty much growing up. I mean, I've been in the elementary school days. I was like the tallest, even taller than the boys. So I was always in the back of the line. If I ever was like shortest to tallest, I was always the last one. And then, sometimes it's just weird. Like, if you go clubbing with, you're a girl, and you go clubbing with other girls, it's like, oh, I wanted to wear those heels, but then I also don't want to because then I'll be taller usually than most guys and definitely twice the height of my girlfriend. So, yeah, but as an athlete, it's definitely a plus. But like you, Tyler, I didn't continue all the way. After I went to college, for a little bit, but then realized, you know what, I'm considered short as a woman in volleyball. I'm actually on the shorter side. Those women are giants, and like their heads are over the volleyball mat. It's crazy. So
oh man,
it wasn't gonna work out for me as a professional career. So there you go.
Oh my dear. Yeah, y'all didn't think we were gonna be talking about height today, huh? But here we are. So, okay, one kind of fun thing about being short is actually the line thing. I was always the line leader at school. And that just, oh man, as like a natural, like as a Leo and a leader, like energy type person, that just gave me so much like, comfort, right? Because when you're small, like everybody looks down on you, and like people love to make jokes about short people. Well, joke's on you. I'm at the front of the line, baby. All right, with that, we're gonna go to our next news thing. Okay. Just as exciting as height and things like that. Also, before we go to the next thing, I did post a photo of all three of us when we were in LA. I couldn't find any photos of just me and Tyler that were like already ready to go. So you get this for now. You can see a nice downward slope from the top of Tyler's head to my head, and Valerie's right there in the middle, beautifully kind of making it all make sense.
I love this. It's like we're the Wi-Fi signal.
Yes, I would always be at the front of that line too. All right. Anyway, Sam Sound. First of all, I also want to say hi to our new friends here. We got David. Okay, I got to give a shout out to David Karoma in the audience because he actually hosted me on his show Web3 Warriors. Which was a live stream and also a podcast. So if y'all want to check that out, I will post a link here in the comments. And you could also find it on David's Twitter bio and Linktree and all those things. You know how to do it. All right. And also hi hello to everybody else who's joined us. I see DeFi Pyro's here. Really appreciate you guys joining us. Please retweet the room if you feel like it. You can always go back and unretweet it if you want to like keep your timeline clean. I actually started doing that because I would go into so many rooms. I'm like, all right, well, I want to support. So I would retweet it. And then at the end of the day, now I go through my thing. I'm like, all right, this one doesn't need to stay on there. And I'll just, so anyway, all right, pro tip for you guys. Now we're going to go to our next thing. And we have Valerie reporting on this because she went and got the scoop on it. Sam Sound. So if you guys haven't heard of Sam Sound, it's a project here, a Web3 project that combines music and tech and blockchain tech, actually. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. I actually got a chance to mint a couple of these. I sold one after and, made a little tiny bit of profit on it, and like literally 0.01 or 0.02 or something. Yeah, ridiculous. But I think I held on to two. So I have two. So I'm very curious what's going on with them, Val.
Yeah. I love that you introed them with tech and music. And yeah, it's actually just not blockchain tech. It's also audio tech. So yeah, let me dive in. So I needed to take a deep dive with Sam Sound because I won again in a giveaway with Sun in March at ETH Denver. So the Sam Sound team was at ETH Denver, and I was just at the right place at the right time, and I just met the team. Keegan had already something. Keegan, for those who don't know, is my significant other. He's also in the Web3 space and was trying to network with the team. And so we bumped into them at a party, and I was watching a poker tournament, at this party, and Keegan's like, hey, come downstairs, right? It was like a 2-story house. And he's like, come downstairs. I need you to show you something. And I was like, okay, sure. So I leave the poker tournament that I'm watching, go downstairs, and it's just.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. We lost.
Throne.
Okay, wait. Val.
And I'm like, what?
Oh, you just cut out for like 5-10 seconds, but go on. Just very shortly. Just rewind 15 seconds.
15 seconds. Okay, so I leave the poker tournament and I go downstairs, and I'm in this big, gigantic, empty room with Keegan and a bunch of other guys, and just a throne, like a king's throne looking chair. And I'm like, hi? I felt kind of awkward. I was the only woman walking into this big empty room with a chair and all these guys. And all they say to me is, sit down, and can you find the cat in the room? And I was like, huh? What are you talking about? But I get up and I'm like looking around, and there's this picture, a sticker that's on that chair. And I was like, oh, is that the cat? And they're like, yeah, that's the cat called Zin, I think it is. It's spelled Xin. And so they're like, that's Zin. Take a picture of it, take a photo with it, and post it on your social media. And I was just like, okay. I just did what they said, took a picture, and I tagged Devin, who is part of the team. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, they're like, Valerie, you won. And I was like, what? I didn't realize that what they were telling me to do was enter into a contest to win a free NFT from the Sand Sound project.
Oh.
That's what they were having me do. So it was kind of funny. I did not know I was really entering into it, but I was super happy because I won an NFT off of the secondary market. They said I can choose anyone that I liked. So I chose this beautiful, bright looking tropical fish. It's like pink with yellow accents. And I thought it just stood out to me. I love the ocean. I love water. And so the fish just really stood out to me in the bright, bold colors. They had a lot of amazing art. And this art was done by Cro Magnus. For those who don't know who Cro Magnus is, he's the one who did the artwork for Oni Force, like a lot of the Oni Force anime art. Not the main PFP. The main PFP was done by Brian, I Am Complex. But Cro Magnus does a lot of the other art that goes through the main account. And then Cro Magnus also does the art for 10KTF. So he's an amazing artist. And so he's the one who has been doing the art for Sand Sound. So love owning any piece of his artwork. So I won, but on top of that, they said I can soul bind. And I'm super excited for this because I had heard about people soul binding their NFTs, but I hadn't really seen it done too much. So I myself was excited to go through the process. So they had 3 different tiers you can soul bind from, and I won the lowest tier. So that itself was kind of expensive. I don't know if it was 0.7 ETH or whatever, but I got that.
What?
Right?
Wait.
Yeah.
Skirt. All right, let's pump the brakes here for just 1 second. All right, we're gonna go in on this. First of all, if you could explain what it means to soul bind an NFT. Okay, first that, and then if you can clarify the price that it costs, or the cost to soul bind in ETH and kind of dollar approximation, please and thank you. Just to get some clarity on the story.
That's a lot of questions, and some of them I won't have the direct answer to, but it's okay. I'll do my best.
Guesstimation is perfectly okay.
Geez, I wouldn't even know, but okay, I'll do what I can. So soul bounding or soul binding is basically when you basically attach your NFT to a wallet that you hold. So, and when you attach that NFT to the wallet that you hold, it's there forever. You cannot remove it. You can't sell it. You can't transfer it. It's yours. So that's what it is to soul bind. And the point of this, soul binding has been talked about being used for certifications or like university degrees, right? Because those are things you wouldn't want to sell or trade or transfer, right? Because those are degrees and certifications and licenses that you've earned and should stay with you. But an interesting use case is looking at NFTs and certain artworks of soul binding to your wallet. And so what they said was that if you soul bind, you're going to get a lot of utilities. Some of the utilities getting access to exclusive music on their platform because they are creating a music platform similar to like Spotify or Apple Music, but it's their platform. And behind that is Kakuberry, who's a very big DJ, certainly in Asia. He's also known in the Web3 space. A lot of this like crosses over with like Oniforce too, because Kakuberry was like the in-house DJ for like minting day for Oniforce. So there's a lot of crossover with the team. But yeah, they're all into music. Some of them are DJs, music producers, Grammy Award winners. And so, yeah, if you soul bind it, you get free access to their music. And then also you get a free pair of their headphones that they call Sandwear. So if you had soul binded, I think it was before March, like maybe February was the deadline. And when I won my NFT, it was just like a couple days shy of being able to get these test hardware. So I saw the prototype at the East Denver party, and they had me try them on, and they were so crazy looking, like just super like cyberpunk, like the actual headphones and the cases that it comes attached to. It magnetizes with like the holding case, which is really nice. And I tried these headsets, and they're like, I was like, wow, this sounds really good. And they're like, yeah, this is just the prototype. Like, if you soul bind before this date, right, you would get to test them out. So I wasn't included in that wave. Like I said, I soul binded a couple of days too late, but I had a lot of friends who did, and I mean, they started using them to listen to on Twitter Spaces, to their regular music. You can even take them in the shower. And so now where we're at presently is if you soul bind it, whatever time you did, now you get the free full product. It's ready to go. And so they're just about ready to start shipping out. So I'm super excited to get my Sandwear. Yes, what you're looking at right now, Creatress, I have the Luna Chrome. If you're looking at the live stream, you can see the Sandwear collection. And so they airdropped you another NFT that lets you burn that so you can go and claim your headset. And so I should also mention that these headsets, the technology behind it was created by the engineer who did Beats by Dre. So Beats by Dre, the audio engineer for that, he left that company to come and work for Satin Sound. So he is the engineer behind these audio, and he has certain patents that he owns that he used for the Beats by Dre that he implemented into the Soundwear. So super excited to hear it. I watched some like unboxing and stuff about these headphones, people who like know music, produce music, master music. And some of the things that they've been saying is that you can hear like each note, like there's spaces between like each music note, which sometimes I guess to the average ear you don't really pick up, right? It just sounds like a song. The sound just sounds like a sound. But I think for people who are in the industry and work with music notes and sound every single day of their lives, right, as their career, they can really pick up like, wow, it sounds crisp, and you can really hear like each note and each sound of a song, right? So this is supposed to be kind of revolutionary in the audio kind of industry. So they're doing some amazing stuff, and on top of that, you get to get art. And so right now, if you soul bounded, you get these headphones for free, and that's why you can kind of justify how much it was to Soulbind because of the perks that you do get. You get access to their music platform. You're going to get access to the audio headset,
justify
right? Another
how
thing
much
you're
it
going to get
was to
access
Soulbind
which
because of the perks that you do get. You get access
like
to their music platform.
Like,
you're going to get access to the
really
audio headset, right? Another thing you're going to get access to, which I just found out a couple days ago. Like I said, and sorry, like if you
I do want to just give a
this is
disclaimer that this space
really
is not
in-depth,
sponsored
but
by
if you want to like
Sound,
stop,
but we
ask
are open
questions,
to it. If
whoever
y'all
wants
want to
come
send
up,
us some
let me know.
some samples, you
But
know, we're here for it.
Yes,
right, go on.
Creatress, you have a question?
I do want to just give a disclaimer that this space is not sponsored by Sound, but we are open to it. If y'all want to send us some samples, you know, we're here for it. All right, go on.
Okay, great. Yes, Sound sponsor us if you'd like. Maybe some headsets, you know, for our audience members. You want to do some giveaways? That would be nice. But the next utility that you get if you Soulbind is you get to work with Cro-Magnus, the artist, on the next collection. So people just minted the Avatar collection. That's what's minting right now. So there's another collection, is the Avatar collection, which you can use as your PFP. They're going to do a separate collection after that.
I don't know what the
and this is where, if you Soulbinded, you get to work with
to
Cro-Magnus and do the art for that second collection. And what that second collection is, what they're calling, I don't know what the actual like overall collection name is going to be, but I know that what you are creating with Cro-Magnus is what they call admin traits. So they've been getting there's like a long list. You sign up if you like, you know, Soulbinded. There's a list you can sign up for. But once your turn is up, you get to go on a live stream and tell Cro-Magnus about yourself, what your interests are, what your hobbies are, and he will draw live on the live stream a trait.
And he will draw this trait. So some of the traits that have been drawn is a burrito. There's someone who's in the community who loves burritos, talks about burritos, and besides that, like, you get to attach utility to whatever trait you create with Cro-Magnus, right? So these traits you're actually going to attach to the avatars that are being minted right now, right? I mentioned that the avatars are being minted, kind of like just the base avatars, right? All these different characters. The second collection is going to be a collective of all of the admin traits that the Soulbinded members have created with Cro-Magnus. So think of it as a skin. You can go and look at all the admin traits and say, oh, I liked that burrito. That just resonates with me. I love burritos too. You go and buy that trait, and now you can attach it to your avatar. It's crazy. It's really cool.
Wow.
It's dynamic, and you get to add it. You get to see the metadata update with the traits that you buy. So, for example, I decided to create a hat, right? And it's the trait, and maybe someone likes that. They see the collection, and they're like, oh, I like this hat. I see that Cro-Magnus and Valerie collaborated on this hat. I want to buy it. I attach it to the avatar. What else do you get? So the person who buys that trait gets the utility that you decide to attach to it. So the person who did the burrito trait is deciding to give VIB, so he's calling it VIB, very important burrito, access to all of the featured concerts that Kaku Berry and some of the artists are going to do. So if you go and buy that trait, you get access to that utility. Someone else, I think, is an author and does books. So for anyone who buys his trait, and I forget what the trait is, but you get a free book from his collection. And as the person who Soulbinded and is collaborating with Cro-Magnus to do the art, you also split the revenue 50-50. So Cro-Magnus gets a part of the revenue, and then you get the other half, which I think is so awesome and innovative. So if you attach
That's
a
so
utility
weird.
to the trait that you create with him, and it's like super in demand, like that's an opportunity for you to get some kickback as well. So yeah, I just love what they're doing, and that's why I wanted to share about it on today's Spaces, because I just feel like it's such a small ecosystem that not enough people hear it, or maybe they're not following them, and so you're just not seeing them on the timeline and the algorithm. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about some of the cool stuff that they're doing, right? There's so many components. There's a lot of layers to this, literally. And this is just ongoing, right? So if I feel like it has a little bit of something for everybody, right? If you're into music, if you're into tech, if you're into art, right? It just hits all these awesome, really cool points. And there's opportunities for you to like get involved. And I love that like you get to work with Cro-Magnus, and he just brings your vision to life. And it just has all these really cool components. I don't know. But yeah, I guess hopefully I did an okay job of explaining some of the stuff. I do recommend going into their Discord if you have any more questions and you want to take even a deeper dive into all the different things they've got going on. And they're super friendly. It's just an awesome community. So yeah, any thoughts or comments, Creatress or Tyler?
Well, I love that they do that split and that you can design something with Cro-Magnus. That's really cool. That is a nice perk. Remember, it's all about the perks. Some people are all about the perks. Oh, that reminds me. Actually, I've got one more thing that I will share also in conjunction to perks from Web3 communities. But one thing that I am curious about, Val, and hopefully maybe you could talk about it in a couple weeks or whenever it is that you do it, it's like what trait you choose and what utility you choose. So like, stay tuned and come back to hear whatever. I'm guessing you haven't decided yet, but when you do,
yeah, since I just found out about this, and I kind of like soul binded back in March, and then I just kind of left it. Apparently, people have been signing up, and so many people have signed up that the list is backed up. Like, I know someone's opportunity to make the trait with Cro-Magnus is not until March of next year. So I just signed up yesterday. So if I had to guess, my opportunity probably won't come for like summer of next year, because there's like that long of a list, like a line.
Oh my gosh. Well,
so if you're asking me to tell you in 2 weeks, I probably can't tell you, but I have been thinking about it, and I just don't know yet. I have to wait and see.
You have a year to think about it. You probably better just not even think about it yet, because it's going to change. So many things are going to change, probably from here to then. So yeah. All right. Well, tune in to There's Layers to This season 10, which is probably when we'll actually, be able to interview Val on how it went. Because yeah. Okay. Tyler, you got any thoughts on this before we go to the last thing? And also, Tyler, if you had any news, I know we didn't talk about this, but if you had any news you wanted to share, please also feel free.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a really cool, in-depth project. It sounds extraordinary. I had seen those headphones earlier this year. They're super sharp. It's funny. I always thought if I ever did an NFT project, I'd probably do the soulbound thing. It just sits with me better. I like that element to it, and then especially with like how they're pursuing it, with trying to add as much value as possible by the collector showing their loyalty to the project. So that's rad. And yeah, and then as far as news, nothing, just busy trying to get this Nas thing going. We got a skate park being built on an Indian reservation in Rosebud, South Dakota. And there's some cool updates there in terms of new builds. And the thing we're going for with Nas is we're raising 6,500 USDC stablecoin to build an indoor half pipe inside the house It's called Yellow House. This is where the public skate park is for the Lakota Nation and anyone, frankly, who wants to come by and rip ride. And so, yeah, we're just getting that going. The people at NOS have been extraordinary and very helpful with me. It's a sub-down. NOS is a sub-down of nouns. So, it's got a hot, fresh vibe. And so, yeah, and then subsequently tomorrow morning, I'm going to catch a flight for Basel for a one-day visit to Toads, to a therapist. They got a party.
Yeah.
And we would, or meet up at a gallery. And then right after that, I turn around and fly right back home. So, yeah, busy.
Oh my goodness. You're just on it this month. Most people just slow down for winter and kind of hibernate, but that's not us. That's obviously not us.
No, yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew how. But when you're self-employed, you gotta keep going. The Miami thing is just you know what it is. We the three of us we've had feats of strength trying to make something happen. TBD next, Basil. But the thing is I was about to write it off, but I spend so much freaking time with these toads. I have no idea what these people look like or who they are. So I'm like, I can scratch this itch and go meet my peoples.
I agree. I think the toads are gonna love you.
Yeah, no, that's great, Tyler. I'm excited for you. Also experiencing a little FOMO because, yes, TBD, but there's layers to this. Next Miami, right? Next Miami Art Basel. But I'm so excited for you to meet the people in person and see who those faces are behind the Cryptodes PFPs and all the other sub communities and collections that they have. And I can't wait till we have you back on our show right after the event to talk about your experience and what shenanigans you get into, because there's never a dull moment with you, Tyler, and a lot of spontaneous things that just happen left and right. So I'm excited for the stories and all the memories and moments that you create while you're there and share it with us. So excited for you, and also excited for you guys and building this half pipe on the Indian reservation. Definitely keep us up to date on what the process and progress has been with that. Have you shared, are there any blueprints to, what the half pipe is going to look like or anything like that?
Yeah, I got a crude script. It's like a cocktail napkin drawing from the Bildor. His name's Clay Shank, extraordinary human. And it's in the NOS Discord. I'll pull that up. Something. I'll do something. And I forgot one key piece for Basil. It's cool that the Toads they did a proposal for Brett, longtime listener and guest of There's Layers to This. Brett draws stuff. He is there as we speak, proliferating a hot, fresh vibe on a wall in Winwood. He's painted a mural and the Toad sponsored it. Beautiful. So I'm excited.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, that's so awesome. Congratulations to Brett. Oh, that's so great. He's such one of the kindest and giving human beings. I'm so glad to hear that they sponsored him to do a mural, you said? And is that in Winwood as well?
Yeah, and it's right in that zone in Winwood. Him and two other artists are going to be helping him because they think it's a big old wall. And so, yeah, they've been keeping it under wraps. I gotta see. It's like Christmas Eve every day because I'm like, what's going to be on this wall? What is it? It's so mysterious, and I can't wait to see it.
Oh my gosh. You have to give Brett some hugs and hellos from us. I really wish I could see that in person. I do want to ask some clarification. who is the mural for? Is it for cryptodes or is it for nouns? Toads. Okay. Yeah.
All we know is that there's going to be a swamp vibe, especially because it's in Florida. It's pretty congruent, because it's swamp.
Yeah. If you've never been in Florida, let me tell you, it can get real swampy really fast. And I don't just mean the environment.
Hold on. Did y'all see the GTA 6 trailer? Grand Theft Auto 6? It's in Miami.
I've heard about it. I
Yes.
have not seen it yet.
Well,
Go check it out. It's wild. All I gotta say is I just saw Mr. Beast tweeted out. It just broke the record for the most viewed YouTube video in 24 hours.
wow. Well, you know what?
Mr. Beast had the record and he just lost the GTA 6. So talk about the man. But I bring it up because the trailer is exquisite and they copied real viral moments from Florida on the internet and put it into it's like super meta. It's wild.
I did see that actually. I haven't watched the whole thing. I haven't watched the video, but I've seen a lot of social media coverage on it. Where like they were showing, one was like the alligator in the man's pool, like that was from Florida, and like the lady on top of like twerking on top of the hood, like on the top of a car. Like I hadn't really seen that, so I was just like, oh, okay, I guess this really happened. That's hilarious. And just like, I mean, okay, like we gotta give it up to the game makers, right? In this scenario. And I know, and when I say game makers, it makes me think Hunger Games, and that's not what I mean. But I mean, in a way, it could be because they're like taking all your attention. But anyway, they're genius because they used moments from pop culture that we had already like taken in and like already had some kind of like rapport around or like exposure to it. We had already made jokes and memes about it, and then they're like, let's take this and put it into the game. But they'll fucking love this. Sorry, they'll love this, because it's just like you said, it's so meta, and we love to see ourselves reflected in the art. Right? Art imitates life. Life imitates art. Like this is genius marketing and like storytelling to bring in your community like this. I don't play this game, and also I'm like, why is this even a game? Actually, I was thinking about this the other day. Why is Grand Theft Auto even a game? Like, what is this teaching people? Like, why are so many people into it? What does that say about our culture?
Totally, I agree. But what's wild is what's interesting is about the imitation thing you said. That in its core, I guess, is the definition of a meme. That is mimetic desire to imitate.
Yeah, for people who are interested in looking at this trailer, I just pinned it up to the top. I'm watching it right now, and I see what you're talking about. The lady that's working on the car. There's also this huge alligator that walks into one of the liquor stores. And so, yeah, it's crazy to see first, these moments that they're taking from the meme culture, the pop culture, but also the quality and depth of the animation is wild. It looks almost like surreal, super, super real in a way too, right? Like how close they get to almost looking just like it's the real thing. That is wild to me. And that is, it's also, speaking of wild, is that it broke the record for the most views in 24 hours. Because I know Mr. Beast pulls those views like crazy. So just to try to comprehend that and like, this is the thing that broke the record. That's insane.
This also may be the thing that breaks America. We're on our last legs, y'all. Oh my God.
It's not Kim K's rear this time, right? That breaks the internet.
Wait, hold on. It's not Kim K's rear that breaks this year. That
breaks the year,
breaks the internet this year.
Breaks the economy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is hilarious, but also very cringe. Like, why is this the most viewed video on the internet? And it's like, like, why? It's so bad. Like, it's showing like the most cringy moments that really happened to us, and then like putting them on a pedestal in a game and like celebrating like all these. Oh my God. All right. I will not be playing this game.
It's the reflection of society, right?
No, not my society. Not one that I'm part of. I will not be playing that game.
We were talking about it, aren't we? No, maybe you are part of it a little bit. Oh,
Tyler brought it up.
To be honest, well, I may have brought it up because the swampy Toadish vibe in the swamp.
Okay, there was a connection there to the. You're right. That's why.
But it was hot on my mind because literally right when I jumped on, I saw Mr. Beast's tweet of the 70. He had the record for 70 million views in 24 hours.
Yeah, that is pretty wild. And again, it speaks to our culture, and it makes me a little sad, but it's okay.
Well, on the flip side, though, the balance of Mr. Beast is super wholesome and great content. Like, he's helping people, so there's a little balance.
We do really love Mr. Beast. Yes, we have Mr. Beast chocolate in our fridge because my son. Yes.
It's not been brought to you by Peaceables, but we would.
Send it. Yeah.
That would be the coolest father in the world. I tell you, my daughter would just, she would lose it.
My son too. Our kids have that in common. And you know what? Honestly, I feel like I could let him watch as much Mr. Beast as he wants, because at the end of the day, he's always he has that baseline of doing good things and like giving back. And I think that's great. Like, even when my son was like 6, he's like, "Oh, Mr. Beast," he's like, "Hey, we should buy a shirt from this because Mr. Beast is raising money to like help this and this." And I'm like, "What? Okay, like, all right, So, yeah, shout out to Mr. Beast.
Very cool. He's the best. He's 6'7".
What?
Yeah, talk about bring it back to the beginning of the conversation. This man, is Mr. Beast. He's literally 6'7". I met him a couple of months ago. Not, you seen him.
Right, you saw him on stage at the summit of the conference you were at. What is it called that you were at again?
The All In podcast presented the All In Summit, and he was the keynote. He's a beast.
Wild.
Literally a beast.
6'7".
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Well, on that note, I mean, I am kind of annoyed. The only one thing I'll say about Mr. Beast, now don't come for me, but I think it's kind of annoying that he called his chocolate these nuts. Like, the fact that kids can now go around saying that with like, I'm just like, why did you have to do? I mean, I get it, the marketing, I get it, the jokes, the stupid kid dude jokes, I get it, but like, kids.
That was a low blow, and I do nitpick that one again. It's the parents in us. I get it. I agree.
Thank you. I'm glad I have your support on this, because ever since that happened, there was some time that my kid kept saying that, and I'm like, you're on my last nerve. I don't care if it's like, but it's a chocolate. It's a chocolate. So anyway, all right, we're not here to talk about this. So
it's a chocolate. You're just referring to the chocolate.
You already know about it.
Sorry.
All right. Okay. And with that, we are coming to the end of our show. There's layers to this. We have had so much fun. Last season we had awardable little NFTs that we used to give out. I am going to make sure we have one next week. Not today. That's a little too ambitious. But next week we will have one for you to claim. All right. So tune in next week. we're getting dangerously close to Christmas. Oh no, it's not that close. Well, yeah, we'll see you next week. Tyler, is the event that you are going to be at with the Cryptodes free? Can anyone go to that?
Yeah, I think it's. Am I muted? Hello?
No, we hear you.
Okay, I can't see you guys. My screen's gone. Yeah, so it's open to the public. It's an RSVP. Frankly, I don't know. There's a lot of mystery to it. Little Nouns doing an all-day affair at the same spot. So it's like this collab thing, and I don't know the name of the gallery, but it's in Wynwood, presented by Little Nouns. Come by, say hello.
Perfect. And it is a free event. So if y'all are out there and you want to check out a cool event, you should be at that one. And we will definitely be talking about how it went for Tyler, his 24-hour Miami escapade, in the middle of December. Yes, that should be fun. I feel like he's going to have some stories. So please tune in next week. And for anyone.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Guess where I'm going after?
Where?
Las Vegas, the following week.
Well, if you didn't know by now, you should know that Tyler is a party animal. He says he's a dad, but he's actually more party animal than dad.
It's boring work. But I'm grateful for it because I get to feed my family. But the roof over it. Yes, nothing glamorous in Vegas. I will be in a trade show booth hawking skincare.
Okay. Hey.
Just scrub it.
You're gonna have fun out there. Don't you dare try to tell us otherwise, all right?
So true. I just, when you said, when you talked about all that, the video that came to mind of you, Tyler, was of when you were on the dance floor at that wedding. And you...
He's going to be doing that at the booth.
And dancing like no one else is in the room.
Only possible with noggles. I don't know what it is. Those glasses.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Are you going to wear noggles at your booth?
Well, it's funny because I was in Tempe just 2 days ago for the same company, and they wanted me to present as this character. So, you don't understand. Like, the minute that happens, this all goes off the rails because your employees are going to be dramatically confused, and I'm frankly going to be confused. I don't know if I'll be able to perform my job responsibilities once we cross that threshold. So let's try to keep these separate. Wait.
They wanted you to do your, like
this
right now?
Yes. About 40 people to put the vision for 2024.
Oh.
It was not coming out in little glimpses because it did. But the point is that the big guy sitting home, he was not allowed because the minute I'm walking around with a pillow for one of my clients, it's
okay. I think Tyler. No, Tyler, I think you've officially made it because they are requesting this of you.
I don't understand it.
You should. I think they probably know that it's all the trade show booths and people that are presenting are going to be like kind of dry. And like, this is anything but dry. This is juicy, cheesy lasagna vibes. So like, just think about it, dude. Just think about it. Maybe the thing to do would be, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't want to impose on the creative vision that's already been laid out. But what if you came up with a different like character, or maybe if you bought it, what if they bought a Cryptode that was like more like their color scheme, like that matched their color scheme, or like just, or like Or just come up with their own character, and then that's the pillow that you bring along, you know? And that way it's not so like Lorenzo Lasagna, then it's more like a, you know, I don't know, is there a toad that has like a little doctor's thing? Or like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like something that... You're welcome.
Invoice me later, okay?
Yeah, you know, this is what we're here for. We're here to flesh out these ideas and support each other how we can. So happy to help.
Well, this you guys made a thought, so you know.
Oh my god.
But although the price on these toads,
yeah, that part. So that's why I'm like, maybe the move is to just design a little character for them, you know, or maybe they don't need to buy a toad because it's CCO.
This is true.
Bro, it's CCO. You could literally just go pick your favorite one that matches their like thing best with the traits or with the colors, and like just there you go. Just pay me what they would pay for the Cryptoad, all right? All right, and with that,
more than the first one you thought, which was still brilliant, but the others, the latter is a better move.
I mean, I just needed that extra minute to like, you know, flesh it out, you know, but here we are, another successful, there's layers to this. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Please join us again next Tuesday. This has been wonderful. It's been wonderful spending time with my beautiful co-hosts.
Wait.
Okay, hold on.
We're just ready to close it out. We still have one more headline to share.
Oh God, I forgot. Okay.
I'll go through it quick. It's in our title, or it was. I see you updated it, I think. But I needed to talk about Oni Force, and I have to. I am the lead. I'm the head of Oni World at Oni Force, so I would be doing an injustice if I don't share. And I think it's just great overall. So I need to share the last headline, and then we can be done if we want to be done. So please, thank you, Creatress. Two things. Oni Force, right? Oni Force, if you haven't heard of it yet, Oni Force was the first anime PFP that minted back in September of 2021. They have gone through some changes with the team, and they got bought out by the acquisition of OFR, which is the Old Fashioned Research. The person leading OFR is ex-CFO of Binance, I want to say. I might have the C-suite wrong, but I want to say it's the CFO, ex-CFO of Binance. So he bought out Oni Force, and now we're under his lead, along with the new CEO, Star Lordy, and head of partnerships, Art Snitch. Amazing team. They've been doing so much for this project. They brought me on as the lead for Oni World, which is a program where we're trying to build this global network of holders for the Oni Force community, where we're building this web of network where if you travel to Japan, you travel to Thailand, right? You have someone to connect with. Maybe they can offer a place to stay or suggestions of where to eat, you know, all these different things, right? So I am leading that charge and bringing the community together and hopefully sponsor some of the meetups that the holders have. But let's not talk about the holders right now. I want to talk about some of the things that they just released. So first things first, I'll pin it to the top. But Saturday, December 16th at 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have a Fortnite tournament, and we are partnered with Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju is a Super Bowl champion, and he happens to be a gaming legend as well. He is a super avid supporter of anime and also gaming. He used to be part of FaZe Clan team and has left and created his own esports gaming team. And so we're super excited to be partnered with Juju on December 16th, 3 p.m. Eastern. We have actually created a OniForce branded map on Fortnite. And so we invite all of you, holder or not, to come take part. If you have kids, this is family friendly. Share this out with them. Have them play our map. And we will be giving away V-Bucks. We'll be giving away free NFTs, not just maybe Oni, but also our partners. So we're partnered with Shrapnel, which is another big Web3 game as well. So they will be giving free NFTs that gives you exclusive access to their beta game. And this NFT you'll be able to use within the game. You will either mint a gear or weapon that will give you the access and also use it within the game. So sign up whether you can come and attend or not, so that way you can get your free NFT with Sharpenel, but also points. So I will also pin to the top our new point system that we just unlocked. So we had a point system that was just for Oni holders, right? That if you change your PFP to your Oni, you get points. If you tweet about Oni, you get points. If you stream about the Oni map, right, you get points, right? And this was all for Oni holders. But now, breaking news, in an unprecedented move, the Oni point system is now open for all people from all communities to participate and earn rewards. So this is huge because we're no longer token gating, and I think this is just going to be great overall because we want to get to know other people from other communities. We want to share in on the awesome benefits and rewards, and hopefully expose our IP even more to other communities and just other people in general. So if you or you have others who maybe not have like a MetaMask or anything like that, you can still sign up with your email. You do not need to have a MetaMask wallet. If you want to connect your Discord, your Twitter, you can. All of that stuff, all of that connectivity, you'll just earn extra points. And those points you'll be able to burn in the future with special discounts, giveaways, prizes with our current partners and our future partners. So this is a rolling reward system. It's ongoing. And yeah, if you want to sign up for that, I posted up the 2 links up top. So for the for the OniForce Fortnite, you'll go to oniforce.com/Fortnite, and that's pinned right up top. And then, I guess it didn't get pinned up, the other one. I'll pin it up right now for the Oni reward system. So those are 2 separate things to sign up for. One is for Fortnite, the other is for the reward system. So let me pin it up right now. So yeah, I just pinned it up. And hopefully it'll show up for you guys for the Oni point system. But yeah, it's super exciting. I think a lot of other communities token gate, which is cool in itself too. But I think at this point, we really want to expose the brand and some of the things that we got going on and just get people involved and have fun and see what we're building. We've got a lot more things to come. But yeah, we're also looking for gamers to participate in the tournament. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to play alongside Juju, definitely apply. Same link, the oniforce.com/Fortnite. And yeah, we've got some other things in the works that I can't share about just yet, but I think I'll leave you guys with that. And hopefully it's enticing for you guys to sign up and join. I will be there. And I may be putting on a small intimate event up in LA if you're in town for OniForce, the Fortnite experience. It's going to be small and intimate, something like a Super Bowl watch party, but this will be a Fortnite gaming watch party. So stay tuned for those updates. But yeah, this is just in just 2 weeks. So it's going to go by fast. We're like sprinting to the finish line right now. So please help me support me and the brand and the team by sharing those things out, we really, really want to do our community justice, our partners justice, just the overall space of Web3. If this goes big, that will be a huge win for us and the Web3 space. Similar to how I think about like Pudgy Penguins getting their toys in Walmart and stuff, right? That was a huge win for us, for Web3 overall. So if we can make this go big with the map in Fortnite, that will just be a big support and big win for overall in this space. So I just love these things where you get crossover, and literally it's that bridge between Web 2 to Web 3, right? And so the awesome thing about it is the more people we get to play our map on Fortnite, the more revenue that we can get, and also help to keep building the, you know, all the products and just all the things we want to do. So yes, that is it. That is the last headline. So thank you, Creatress, for letting me share before we forget. And yeah, I'll open it up if there's any questions or quick comments.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I know Tyler's got his hands a little busy right now, doing parental things, which, you know, we love to see. But I'm sure he loves this. And yeah, no, you already know I've got a gamer here at home that will definitely be joining in on the tournament. So I'm excited to be able to tell him a little bit more now that I know more myself. And yeah, I think it should be cool. It should be fun. There was just like very recently a huge Fortnite live event that they had like a couple days ago. So it's something that's very much in the just in the pop culture right now. Include, you know, dare I say a little bit better. I like this game a little more than the GTA that we were talking about earlier. But yeah, we talked a lot about gaming today. That was interesting. I like it. I'm here for it. Like I said, I've got an aspiring gamer here at home. You know, aspiring maybe YouTuber. You know, thanks to friggin' Mr. Beast and, you know, all these other, you know, content creators that have infiltrated the minds of our children, and now our kids want a game, and like that is fine. That's fine. All right, we, you know, as long as it's not GTA, that I will not be buying that. I will not be buying that game. But Fortnite I can deal with. So anywho, yeah, tap in with Valerie if you have any more questions on that. She is your resident Oni and Fortnite expert. More on the Oni part, not, but also she's probably pretty expert
on Fortnite. It's addicting. I've been streaming some, but I play almost daily now. It's been about a month. I'm decent now. I was very not good in the beginning, but you know, I've been putting in those hours. So, you know, if you want to play, you can add my gamer tag on Fortnite at @Dizzle777. You know, friend request me and we can play in a lobby together. I'm having a blast, honestly. Like, it's just fun. I get to be a kid, play Fortnite, do Web3, and, you know, I'm holding an Oni Force. I'm an OG mentor, so it's just the best right now. And the community, I love the team, the acquisition company that bought them out. I love them too. They're just awesome. So I just think it's great. Obviously, I'm biased, but I love it. I'm very passionate about it. And I love that we are talking more about gaming in general, and then the Web3 aspect of like gaming and Web3, right? What does that look like? You know, some games are on the blockchain, but then you also have this where we're adding the IP into the map, right? Fortnite is obviously Web 2. It's centralized. You don't own any of the assets, any of the skins, right? But just to get the opportunity to use my own IP, by the way, some of my Oni will be featured on the map, which is so exciting for me. I mean, that's such a cool utility I've gotten to be part of the team and just being passionate, you know, excited holders. So mine and Keegan's Onis are going to be featured on the map alongside other community holders, but just finding different creative ways of how do you get these NFTs that you've been holding on to? I've been holding on to these Onis for over 2 years, and I've done nothing with them, right? Because I've seen people do comics and do fun little like memes and GIFs, and I'm just like, I don't have that skill set, right? I'm not the artist in that form factor, right? But like with AI and hopefully like people creating new tools with the AI, like hopefully that'll just make it easier for all of us who hold on to these NFTs that, you know, we haven't necessarily done a lot with, right? So I'm excited to see all of this stuff happen in the Fortnite map and see what Pudgy Penguins is doing with some of the licensing that they have with like their holders. So I just hope to see these teams of these NFT projects find those creative ways to help their communities who don't have like the skill sets on their own, right? It's like, how can we help you get your own IP out there alongside our brand? So just love what they're doing, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, I love it. They've been around, you know, since I've been around. I mean, after I started getting into NFTs, I saw the whole, you know, I've seen them around and they're still around. And that in itself is pretty impressive because there's a lot of projects that I have seen come and go. So with that, it is time. It is time to close up the space. My stomach says it's time for lunch. So again, thank you so much to everybody who came and hung out, supported the space. We appreciate you. And we will be here next week, next Tuesday. Oh, and then one last quick thing. Tomorrow, I am hosting a space called Mom Said We Have Basel at Home. So for anybody who's not going to be at Basel, tune into that. That'll be tomorrow, same time as today. And we will laugh so that we don't cry. Yes, Val.
One last more thing too. Also, if you're not at Basel and happen to be visiting San Diego or live in San Diego, I am hosting a Web3 meetup. Although the meetup itself, just only the people there, we have a like-minded interest of Web3, but I am giving back this holiday season by sponsoring tickets to go see a improv comedy show. So I pinned it up top. Check it out real quick. If you or you know someone who would love something like this, you have to RSVP, and the instructions are in the tweets of how to RSVP, but you must do that by tomorrow, right? I think tomorrow's the 7th. So that way I know how many tickets I'm sponsoring. I'm buying these tickets. It's going to be fun. You get 3 shows. One's at 7, one's at 8:30, one's at 10. The first show is similar to like Whose Line Is It Anyway? So that's family friendly. You're going to get a lot of laughs. 8:30 is improv versus stand-up comedy, which is like the stand-up comedy with an improv spin to it. And then 10 p.m. is Rat City, which is this group of funny, hilarious people where it's more of experimental vibes. We're like getting audience suggestions by looking at the trash in your pockets. So those last 2 shows are mature audience only. So if you like that stuff, come out. Shout out to San Diego NFT friends in the audience, and then also my company, Red Rug Edutainment, University of Ethereum, and then Oni San Diego. So it wouldn't be possible without all of those groups contributing to the show. But yeah, it's free tickets, just have fun, and there's intermissions in between. So if we want to talk Web3, crypto, NFTs, we can during those intermissions. But yeah, come out and hang out.
Come out and hang out. I love that. I love that. If I was in San Diego, I would be there 100%. I love going to comedy shows. This is a comedy show, in case you didn't notice. By the way, but yes, and this is a free ongoing show that you guys all get to enjoy just by showing up. But yeah, that sounds awesome, Val. I feel like we should have started with that. Like, what are we thinking? Oh my goodness.
Beyonce was just in the headlights, and I just forgot about it.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, I'm excited to hear how it goes next week. Maybe you can give us a little recap of how it went. And yeah, so next week, tune in next week to hear about how Tyler's 24 hours in Miami went, and how Valerie's meetup at the comedy show went. That's what we're going to talk about next week. And outside of that, we'll also talk about how the Mom Said We Have Basel at Home show went. I think that'll be fun.
Talk about your art at Miami Art Basel. We didn't really touch on that. If you want to touch on that real quick, I think we should, because if anyone's going to be in Miami, they should be aware of where your art being shown at in Miami this weekend.
Yeah, I wish I had the details in front of me. I can't, but it is going to be shown through the Storytime DAO augmented reality exhibition. It's also going to be shown at the Sabet Stratosphere, and possibly at the Profits Over Wages event that she's putting on. I also submitted for that. So yeah, I will talk about that tomorrow on the Mom Said We Have Basel at Home show. I'll have all that information lined up and ready to share. So yeah, you might see my art out there. You won't see me, but you might see my art. So keep an eye out and DM me if you'll be there. I'll give you some more info. But yeah, thank you for sharing that, Val. It's a good point. Yeah, and with that, everybody have a good rest of your Tuesday. Go eat a taco. We love you.